Good morning, everyone, and really a warm welcome to the Citroen Electric Show. We are so happy to have you today. So today we will present you a lot of new things. I will not be on my own to present the show. I will be together with Caroline, our head of product, Federico, our head of marketing, Etienne, the head of the Rennes plant, Laurent, Mr. Citroën Europe, Pierre, our head of design, Antoine, working also in the design team, and Karima, Miss Ami of Citroën. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you later. Many thanks. But before we start the presentation, I would like to explain you why are we today in a Citroën Electric Show. Well, that's very simple. We know that the world is threatened today by global warming. And we know that the individual transportation accounts for a big part of the CO2 emissions in the world. We also know that electrification is the solution, one of the solutions, if not the solution, to address this challenge. And today we hear a lot about slowdown, doubts about electrification in Europe. Well, actually, at Citroën, we do not doubt, we accelerate. And why are we accelerating? Because we think we have the solution, which is to make electrification for people, not against them. We are at Citroën the pioneer of electrification for people, and we have many ways to prove it. The first one is what we did with Citroen Ami. We created a segment. We enabled people, even very young people, to drive their first electric car in a totally natural way. Back a few months ago, we introduced EC3 and EC3 Aircross. These cars are the first affordable electric cars made in Europe, and that was really a game changer in Europe. But we are also leading in the technology side. We were the first brand of Stellantis to introduce e-Route, a trip planner that enables our customer to drive without any stress their electric car. We also we were the first brand to introduce the LFP technology for our batteries that enables to have batteries that are affordable and very efficient. And finally, we will be the first brand of Stellantis to introduce the vehicle-to-load technology that will enable you to charge whatever device from your car. So we are also leading on the technology side. This is why we really believe in the electrification made for people, and we will start to show you how today we accelerate. And we are going to start with Citroen Ami, and I will call Karima, Antoine, and Federico together with me. So, Karima, we start with you. So, you are in charge of Ami in the Citroën team. So, this has been, since we introduced the car, this has been a great success.
Yes, totally. Regarding micromobility, let's say that Citroën Ami has invented the electro-micromobility. From 2020 till 2024, the market doubled in France, with electric weighing 50% of the market. In terms of coverage, we sold Ami in 17 countries across the world, and the two last main markets launched being Germany and the Netherlands. Since the beginning, 2020, we achieved more than 75,000 orders with Ami.
Well, that's quite impressive, Karima. So can you disclose a little the secrets of such a success?
Let's say that one of the main points is that in many European countries, you can drive Ami without any driving license. It makes Ami the most fun and affordable device for teenagers. Let's say that parents are also reassured by Ami and also by its price. When it comes to pricing, we offer Ami with a single adjusted price all over Europe, starting at €7,990.
Okay, and Karima, I can also order the car at whatever time, even during the night if I want.
Fully right, Thierry. A single price, a unique way of selling Ami. In Europe, Ami is sold 100% online. And if I may, Thierry, if you want to order Ami Sunday midnight, it is possible from your sofa.
I will not do it. Thank you, Karima.
Thanks.
Bon, now we are not resting, obviously, on our success. We have to move. We have presented back in Paris Motor Show last October a completely new design, the all-new Citroen Ami. So, Antoine, you are in charge of designing this new device. So, take us through the new design of Citroen Ami.
What I propose, Thierry, is that we start watching a little video, and
Okay.
then I will share all the design secrets.
Very good. Let's go.
I'm the queen of the jungle, but don't live in a bungle with my coolest cat that this town knows. I'm roaming on and on and on. I'm hunting from to dot to dot. You choosing everybody's life, spinning free with a single.
So our design intention for this all-new Citroen Ami was to come up with a design which is more mature and friendlier. And we wanted to make sure that as soon as you look at it, you fall in love with the design. And it's what we call love at the first sight. So what we've done is that on the current generation of Ami, you have the headlamp position in the lower part of the bumper. And we decided to move them up in the higher position, and automatically you start reading two very expressive eyes. And then we place those two headlamps on a big scooped out surface that creates a capsule around the two headlamps. And then we gave a face to Citroen Ami. And then when you look at it, you have the feeling the car is smiling at you. And also we wanted to integrate our new identity and obviously our new logo. That's why we placed it on this big scooped out surface. And we went for something very daring. We made it red, so something very iconic and visible on the road. We also wanted to keep playing with the symmetry that shows this very smart approach of conception. So that's why the front bumper is exactly the same piece that you find at the back of the car. And same for the side panel of the car. On the driver's side, that's the same part on the passenger side. And there's one detail that I find really cool I would like to focus on, is those little stripes you see on the rear fender here. We wanted to pay tribute to our past onto the 2CV, and it's exactly the same shape that you find on the front wheel arches of the 2CV. We have also our beautiful night color sepia that we introduced last year, and it will be possible to customize it with three color packs, icy, minty, and spicy. And what we've done is that we designed a specific pattern, like this little square or sparkle, that you will find all around the car, on the sticker you have on the rear window, on the sticker on the door, and also on the super iconic wheel cover. And it makes the overall design more homogeneous and super coherent. On those colors also, you will find them in the interior to add even more fun and to have something more colorful in the door net, the extra storage on the dashboard, and also on the little hook of the dashboard.
That looks very, very exciting. Karima, back to you.
Yes.
Let's talk about Ami Buggy. In the past, we sold a few units of Ami Buggy that sold, by the way, in a few minutes or in a few hours. And we saw in the last Paris Motor Show a kind of concept of Ami Buggy based on the new design. So are you going to provide also a few units that we will have to order overnight, or what do you propose?
No, it won't be sold anymore as limited edition. I am pleased and proud to announce today that the new Ami Buggy will be offered all year long as a part of the range. As Citroën, we want buggy for all, as practical as Ami, but with more fun and outdoor spirit.
That's absolutely great, and it's also a great design. Antoine, back to you. I suppose you had good fun to design the new Citroen Ami Buggy.
Yes, it was a lot of fun. Actually, it's not every day we can design a vehicle without doors. So for the design of the buggy, we wanted to do a vehicle that looks tough and cool at the same time. So what we've done is that we actually removed the door from the closed version. We designed a specific door frame around it, where we integrated a metallic gate that offers protection to the passenger and driver. Then we have also those super iconic golden rims that give a tough look to the vehicle. And then we designed a specific set of accessories, such as a sticker on the rear window, and also the wheel arch cladding that emphasize the outdoor look of the vehicle. But the buggy is way more than just a cool-looking vehicle. It's not just a vehicle to go from A to B. It's a fantastic driving experience of driving. And personally, I had the chance to drive it, and I can guarantee you it's a very cool and unique experience. And to make this possible, actually, we wanted to design a vehicle which is open as much as possible. And that's why we have a very big open roof above your head that will let the sun coming in. And actually, it's an open roof which is even bigger than the previous generation of buggy. And then on the side, you will feel the fresh air coming into the interior of the vehicle. So all this gives you a very impressive feeling of freedom in the interior. And here there's one last thing I would like to present. It's our little Andy. I'm very pleased to introduce it to you. So it's a little avatar we designed specifically for the Ami Buggy. It's an avatar that measures about 12 centimeters side, and it's like a true friend that will always follow you when you go on an adventure with the buggy. And you could place it wherever you want on the dashboard, thanks to a magnet we place under the feet. And the bobble head will bring a lot of fun when it will start moving during your ride in the Ami Buggy.
Very good. And by the way, we have a new Ami Buggy over there, so maybe we can discover it over there. Let's have a look.
I'm pacing the race, yeah. Sip a taste on my cheese, cause just in case you miss for the grace of all in place, yeah. It's the mighty medulla, you're the great obligada. That rains on my face can't be contained, don't try to tame on top of the chain.
So you will be able to discover the vehicle right after the show. Thank you, Antoine. Last question for you, Karima. The bad question. Every time we introduce a new version or an update of a car, we take this opportunity to increase prices. So by how much did you increase the price of the new Citroen Ami?
The scoop for today, no increase.
Zero.
Okay. So
great.
Zero increase. For the new Citroen Ami, the price of the new Citroen Ami remains at 7,990 €, sticking on Citroen affordability, on our commitment regarding affordability. So we will have the new Ami at 7,990, as said just before, and for the new buggy, it will be displayed at 9,590 €. For both new Ami and new Ami Buggy, the opening of orders is coming soon. It will be May the 6th. So in order that you enjoy your summer in your new Ami Buggy, the first 600 orders will be delivered no later than August the 1st. This is the good news we want to share with you today. And to make your life even easier, we have improved Ami online customer journey, as you can see just there, and between 2 to 3 clicks to select a trim and to go to the basket page to make things even easier for Ami.
Super easy to be one of the first 600 customers to buy Ami Buggy. Many thanks, Karima and Antoine. Federico, not finished with Ami. We got used to your crazy advertising campaigns that we had with C3, with C4, with the Revolution, ET, and so on. I suppose that on such a fun vehicle as Citroen Ami, you also will propose something quite funny.
Well, we will try for sure, Thierry, because Citroën has always been known for this magnificent creative excellence in their advertising. If you go back in history to the 70s, to the 90s, you can see these iconic, big, great pieces of advertising that have turned Citroën into this marvelous, iconic, creative French brand. So what we try to do today is we try to pay like a tribute to this creative excellence that we have with these epic, cinematographic, grand productions with a little twist of comedy and always with some iconic music. So for Ami, being, as my colleagues have already said, this fun, cool mobility device, we really try to think of how to put all of these features into one film, obviously with a very daring type of mood, some snappy music. So what I would like to present to you today is an avant-premiere, just a few seconds of the next ad that we will have. You will find the Ami driver stuck in the typical city traffic, like we've all been stuck. But she finds that when she starts using her Ami, some fun things start happening that just make driving easy and fun. So, if you agree, let's have a look.
Great.
Just an avant-premiere, and obviously this is an entire ecosystem. And since, as you know, as Karima just said, Ami is bought 100% online, so we've created an entire ecosystem of digital assets. They are social media first. They were created specifically for this, for a very young audience and for everybody to be able to find Ami online, know what it's about, and be one of the first to purchase it. Great.
Many thanks.
Thank you.
Many thanks, Federico. Many thanks, Karima.
Thank you.
Many thanks, Antoine. Let's now move up. We will go to EC3 and EC3 Aircross, where we have a lot of things also to talk about. And I will call Laurent, the head of Citroën in Europe. So, Laurent, welcome. We are now a few months after starting the sales of Citroën C3 and EC3. So now, after a few months, can we say it's a success?
Yes, Thierry, I think we can. But I believe no one can deny that a real social gap has emerged in Europe, and that for many today to buy a new car is no longer an easy task. So what we wanted to do at Citroën with the new C3 was to propose a very concrete offer by having a super equipped car, no compromise, super spacious, roomy, produced in Europe, multi-energy, and we wanted to do that to make sure that everybody can access to that. So Citroën really creates a real shift into the European industry by offering this new C3 with the petrol engine at 15,750 euro, and for the electric versions at 23,300 euro. And that's really something great. So to illustrate and to answer to your question, is it a success? I would like to highlight two things. First is thanks to you here in the room, C3 has received more than 20 international prestigious awards, and of which 5 are Car of the Year in 5 countries. So that's the first thing. Second thing is we have already collected 135,000 orders. So that's a massive popular success, and 30% of those orders are electric. So this is clearly a big success, and we are not at the end of the launch. We are just in the middle of the launch.
Indeed, we are beginning. I understand particularly now that the hybrid version is arriving in the markets.
Indeed, so they are arriving now in our showroom since April, and having the hybrid is something very important for C3. Why? For two reasons. First, that's 30% of the total market in the segment of the BH, so this is a very important energy, but most importantly, that's the way to enter, to access to the electric mobility, because thanks to the 48-volt technology, you can drive in urban journey up to 50% with zero emission. So that's also something very important in this electrification of our journey. And we do that for 20,650 euro. So here again, we create a real shift into the European industry. That's also new for C3.
Laurent, when we presented the car, we promised that there would be at one point an even cheaper electric version with urban range for commuters. We said something like around 20,000 euros, but we haven't heard of it since. So where is the car?
Okay, good question. So you know that 80% of the European drivers today, they drive only 50 kilometers a day. So at the end of the day, what we wanted to do at Citroën was to make sure that for those commuters, we can propose a concrete version, let's call it a urban version of this car with 200 kilometers, and we do it, so we commit to do that. So we will propose to those people meeting perfectly their daily needs a car below 20,000 euro. So as committed at 19,990 euro. That's also new. And you know that at Citroën, we take very seriously that the price cannot be a barrier to the access to the electric mobility, and nobody does that better than Citroën. With this price, we have the best offer of the electric market, bottom line.
Laurent, private customers will be very happy, but how about the professional ones?
Yes, good question again. Citroën, our mission at Citroën for the passenger cars, to synthesize or to wrap up, is basically to have the best offer of the market in each segment when we propose electric. So is that enough? No, we wanted also to do it for the professionals. So what did we do? We take this C3, this EC3, we do it as a van. So we have this EC3 N1, and this is by doing so, we have the best van electric offer of the market with the car at 23,000 euro, and that's already open. So that's also new for C3. So talking about C3 and EC3, I just wanted to wrap up where we are. So first, it's a tremendous success. We do not know the peak of the success because we are in the middle of the launch. We have 3 big novelties, and each time we have the best offer when it comes to hybrid, when it comes to the urban version with the proposal at below 20,000 euro, and also for the professional. So yes, a success.
Now moving to C3 Aircross, the car has been just recently launched. It seems to be already a great success, but we have some customers who tell us they would be delighted to have a bit more range for the electric version beyond the 300 kilometers that we are offering today. So what can we tell them?
Okay, so what we're going to tell them, but before, let me just state what we wanted to do with C3 Aircross. So first, C3 Aircross, Citroën comes back on the BSUV segment. It's the second most important segment in Europe. And what we wanted to have with the C3 Aircross was to have a car produced in Europe, no compromise, the most spacious BSUV, the most versatile BSUV, the most comfort BSUV, super equipped, all energies. So that's what we wanted to do. We create a shift again on the BSUV segment. This is a game changer. We start for the IC versions below 20,000 euro. It's at 19,800 euro. For the MHEV versions at 25,800 euro. And here again, that's the entry gate to the electric mobility. That's also the entry gate for the automatic transmission. But now to come back to your questions, we are reinforcing our 100% electric proposal with an extended range at 400 kilometers. We will do that with a 54 kilowatt battery with 113 horsepower. And and with a price at 29,800 euro, so below 30,000 euro for 100% electric. So this car fits perfectly the needs of all the young families with their daily use, but also for their long journey when they go to vacation, because you have also the fast charge on all the versions with the 100 kilowatt fast charge. So that's the best car on the segment, of course.
Wonderful, Laurent. Many thanks. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know that I can feel some impatience. When are they going to unveil the all-new C5 Aircross? It's coming, and it's a great pride and it's a great pleasure for us to unveil today the all-new C5 Aircross. You will see first a small movie about the product, and then we will uncover the two cars that are sitting on the side. Let's go for the all-new C5 Aircross. So this is the all-new C5 Aircross. I don't know why everybody is taking pictures of the green one, but this is not the concept car we showed in Paris. This is the real version with a real color. Let's now talk about the product. But before talking about the product, this is our flagship. This is the flagship of Citroën, a French brand, and we are very proud that the new C5 Aircross is made in France. And I would like to call Etienne, the head of the Rennes plant that is making the car, together with me. Etienne, many thanks for coming. Great pleasure to have you today, and many thanks to you, because otherwise we would not have the cars today and the car on the road soon. So maybe tell us what were the main challenges for a plant like Rennes to have this new car in the plant.
Hello everyone. It's an amazing moment for Rennes plant today. We are waiting for this moment since with so much pride and emotion, and we deeply transformed the factory since 4 years now in Rennes. It was a challenge for performance in order to reduce a lot our profitability, and we invest a lot, more than 160 million euros in Rennes to transform the process. You have on the screen the new technical, the way that we put the door fitting in automatic, which was totally inconceivable just a few years before. We totally built a new body shop, a real plant inside the factory that we create inside the assembly building, original building of this plant. It was amazing to see in April, we moved 400 robots from Sochaux to Rennes in the space of 2 weeks to reuse assets of Stellantis in order to save the planning for the project. It was a real race against the time, and they did it. What we did, moreover, was to insource the bumper production in Rennes. We are the first plant in France to do it, with great support of Italian skills and Italian support from Stellantis. And we start 3 years ago with simple parts, with one press, then aspect parts, interior trims, and finally we are able to realize the bumper of the new C5 Aircross. It was a way for us to, it's a major step for total production cost for Rennes. It's a way to reduce the cost of our parts between 20 and 33% by parts that we can gain. We can offer much more opportunities for the brand, and it's a way for Rennes to transform all spaces between good added value for the customer. And I don't speak about the transport deliveries that we reduce for sustainability. So bumper was a big challenge. Now we are starting the ramp up. I can speak about battery, because we start also a new battery shop in Rennes, which is the first time. For us, it's an historical way. In Rennes, battery are coming from ACC in France, and we are making iteration in a totally new activity. And finally, we start new activities from zero, creating more job for internally.
Etienne, we are talking about a car that is also coming in electric. So what does it mean more broadly, the sustainability for a plant like Rennes? What did we do concretely to improve the sustainability of the plant?
Of course, we started by reduced our energy consumption, reduced by 60% between 21 and 25 our energy consumption. The way was to combine performance and sustainability. They started by reducing the surface, transforming old equipment. Then we changed totally the way we manage energy inside the plant, same as quality or production. And finally, we transform in 2025 our heating. We replace gas by hot water biomass, with the first biomass in France also for an assembly plant. And soon with the solar cells that we will start around the summer, we are going to reach 70% of autonomy for this plant. Finally, I can say that our responsibility as a plant is to launch an electric car in a sustainable factory.
Final point, Etienne. What was, to face such a huge challenge with all the changes that you described, what was the main strength of the plant?
Main friends are the people in Rennes, men and women of this plant, feel and personify Citroën DNA since 1960, because it's an historical plant inaugurated by General de Gaulle himself. And since that time, Rennes has produced 13 million cars. Today, we are 2,000 working every day to make our customer happy. I just want to share with you a big challenge on the C5 Aircross, technical challenge linked to the rear face. The rear light of this car was a big technical geometric setup challenge, and they did it. I can tell that in Rennes, they pay attention to the detail. They have DNA of quality, and they want to do every day better than the day before, and that's the right demonstration of what they are able to do. I can say that all of this was possible thanks to a special team spirit, because in Rennes there is a special esprit de corps that make us stand together when the wind is blowing in Brittany. So Rennes is not only a production line, Thierry, it's a strong uniting team. And all the employees, thank you, and Citroën for the trust. You can be sure that we are proud, excited, and more motivated than ever.
Many thanks, Etienne, and big applause for Etienne, because he thought every time that we have the head of the factory that is coming to present the car. Now, perfect transition, as we saw the lights, to talk about product and design. And I'm going to call Caroline and Pierre to go through the product and design. So, my friends, we are going to start with the design and with you, Pierre. I was saying that I was warning everyone that this is not the concept car of Paris, and we could be confused because we were so close to the concept car, including the color, by the way. So we have kept almost everything. So take us through the design of this car. What did we do exactly?
Yes, Thierry, we're very, very close to the concept car, as you see today. So I will take you through all the steps and all the intentions we had in design. And I want to start with a little bit of an architecture package, because when we started this project, we had two priorities. The first one was to create more space and a better space. And the other one was efficiency and, of course, aerodynamics. So we started with the Stella M platform, and the Stella M platform had to be a multi-energy platform. We have, of course, a battery pack. A battery pack, as you all know, it gives us some thickness. But we didn't want the car to be thicker or taller. So what we've done, we really stretched the complete seating positions, and of course, a longer wheelbase and a longer car all in all. At the end, we have a car that I think is very honest because it shows the true values of Citroën through length, through verticality of the rear, and therefore space for families. We have a roofline that is quite unique. It's actually coming from the C5 Aircross today. It gives us an attitude of a line that goes up above the second row. As you can imagine, it's very useful and functional, but it's something that we really wanted to keep for that car. Now, this car is the fourth car that is coming out with this new identity that we have launched with Oli, and after Oli, then the C3, the C3 Aircross. It starts, of course, with the logo that is pretty big, vertical in the front, in the rear. And those headlights, if you remember, we wanted to recreate those triangles that we have today with elements that are perfectly vertical, horizontal, very, very geometric. Now, if you see our complete lineup of C3, C3 Aircross, C4, and C5 Aircross today, I think you understand that we have something that is unique, recognizable, but something that is coherent without being a copy and paste. And this is the beauty of this lighting. We can have a lot of fun with it, have different interpretations for different segments. And it's great to be coherent, but it's also very important when you have a new brand identity to be coherent in between the front and the rear. Now, the rear, when we showed the concept car in Paris, this is probably what created the biggest amount of discussions, and of course those taillights. This car had to be super good in aero. Engineers were asking us a top part extremely narrow, a bottom part extremely wide. And we created those taillights that we brought from the Oli concept to have something not only fantastic, but something that was very, very functional. It really helps us in terms of aero. It gives us the width where we want it. And so this is the impression that you have today is quite stunning. Now, in design, what we're always trying to do is, of course, bring beauty through simplicity, through a very simple gesture. When you look at a car, you try to find something that you will remember always and right away. So we have this line going from the front to the back, and that goes back as a hip swing on top of the rear wheel. This line is super important. It gives a dynamic to the car, but on top of that, it makes the car look even slimmer, and it was very, very important to us, this lightness that we wanted for this car. Now, from that, you have a very simple body side, full surfaces, round sections, very Citroën. Now, you always also remember that with the C3, C3 Aircross, we tried to bring an attitude. We had front faces at Citroën, very much looking up the sky, and we wanted to bring this frontal attitude, very vertical. Any little surface, we made them vertical. The headlights are perfectly vertical, and it's very important. It starts with the logo, of course, and all the lines on the car really help us to bring this attitude that is very, very important and strong once on the road. Many of you know as well that Citroën, in its DNA, always looked for interesting solutions in terms of D-pillar, and we wanted to continue that with something that is not only graphic, but very three-dimensional. And we have a D-pillar here, at a time where we're looking for any little improvement in aerodynamics, we gave a lot of plan view to this D-pillar, and it brought us great, great numbers. So that's very important. Actually, all the parts in the black areas especially were treated the same way. We wanted them functional, honest, and really effective for aerodynamics. We thought, okay, if it's good for aero, let's do it. So, of course, the wheels on the car, you know, it's the diamond on the ring. They had to be beautiful, but they're super functional as well. We spent so many hours in the wind tunnel with those wheels to make sure that the drag was very good. If you look at all these black areas, the headlights, those parts in the front, they represent the right contrast that we want in between all the green parts, the body color parts, very round, very full, very simple, and those parts that are really coming from the consumer electronic world, much, much more technical. And of course, you remember the color clips that we launched with this new generation. The color clips, customers can have fun with them. You can remove them, paint them pink, or put the French flag or whatever for the World Cup. So this is something that we wanted to continue with the C5 Aircross.
Now, Pierre, let's move to the interior. When in Paris, I remember we did not reveal the interior, but we said it would be spectacular. So did we fulfill our commitment?
Yes, and I'm excited to show you the interior today because we knew when we present the car internally, you know, that it's the real highlight of the car. So I want to start as well here with a little bit of philosophy because it's exactly the same philosophy we're using in exterior. Round, full surfaces express the comfort of Citroën, and in contrast to that, we have the sound bar, parts that are just floating above those surfaces, and this is the same contrast we're looking for in interior and exterior. Also, it's something that we have started with the C3 and C3 Aircross. And for me, we are back with interiors that are 200% Citroën. Now, when you build an interior in the architecture, you all know that one of the most important things today is the HMI, the human-machine interface, the screens, basically, all the commands. We managed, I can tell you, we fought so much for this screen. We have a 13-inch vertical screen that we call the waterfall screen because it's flowing into the center console in a very seamless way. It's super ergonomic, it works great. And in combination to that, we have a 10-inch in front of the steering wheel and a head-up display that is probably the most efficient way to communicate the basic information. And you know, I invite you to spend a little bit of time in the cars and look at what was developed in terms of graphics and colors. It's great. We have a lot of fun things on those screens. We have indirect lighting that mimic what we have done on the screen as well. So please look at that, enjoy it. And you know, color and trim has been also a great attention for us when we were doing this car. We developed materials that are very three-dimensional, very structures, very cozy. We have, of course, this new generation of seat that works great, that is super comfy. We have laser chevrons in the center console. And all in all, we have a car that is carrying the brand values of Citroën, cozy, comfortable, but I'm sure that Caroline will talk even better than me about all this.
Many thanks, Pierre, and everybody is looking forward to see inside the car. But
thank you.
Many thanks. But we will spend the last 5 minutes to talk about the product with Caroline. Caroline, before we talk about the details of the product, why is it so important for Citroën to be strongly present in the family car segment?
So hello Thierry and hello everyone. The family SUV is the biggest segment in Europe. It's an aspirational segment, it's a major profit pool, and we at Citroën, we believe we are legitimate. Why? Because we have a long legacy of family cars. Xara Picasso, C4 Picasso, C4 Space Tourer, C5 Aircross, and now the new C5 Aircross. And on top, we want to expand our lineup, our BEV lineup, with range above 500 kilometers.
Great. Bon, now let's talk about the product. So, Caroline, can you take us through all the strengths of the all-new C5 Aircross?
Of course, Thierry. So, C5 Aircross is the most spacious, comfortable, and high-technology SUV Citroën has ever made. And this car has two main pillars. space and comfort on one side, and high technology made for people on the other side. So Thierry, let me go through those two pillars. Starting with space. This car has generous dimension. 4.65 meter, plus 16 centimeter versus the current C5 Aircross. Bigger wheelbase and the same height. This additional length benefit first to the trunk. And thanks to the Stella Medium platform, where the battery is beneath the seat, this trunk volume is the same whatever the energy. 565 liter, whatever the energy, plus 100 liter versus the current C5 Aircross plug-in hybrid. And if we talk in liter of water, it's 650 liter. This additional length as well benefit to the second row. We have a great roominess in this car. This car is among the best in class in terms of second row knee space. Among the best in class in terms of head row space. And talking about second row, we have a 20-40-20 foldable bench. We have a reclining backrest, like in the plane. And we have a rear armrest. And talking about comfort, everywhere in the world, Citroën is known for its outstanding comfort. And C5 Aircross is best in class in terms of comfort. Thanks to its Citroën Advanced Comfort suspension and seats. And as well, on the front seat, you have heated, ventilated, massaging seat, and adjustable bolsters to adapt to every kind of morphology, because we know everyone has his own morphology, right? So, Thierry, let me move to the second pillar.
Let's go.
So, the ergonomic and clever technology. We have an extended head-up display combined with a digital cluster and a waterfall screen. It's the largest screen at Stellantis, and it's made for ergonomic. Large widgets that can be personalized, large navigation image. You have permanent air conditioning control, and everything is accessible from the armrest. So very easy to access, both for the driver and for the passenger. And beneath this waterfall screen, you have a clever storage with cup holders and tray. You have as well a modern infotainment in this car. EV trip planner embedded, wireless mirroring, and two phones connection. This high technology as well brings serenity, brings easy to use, like the LED matrix, first time at Citroën, like the Pack Drive Assist 2.0, which brings semi-autonomous driving level 2. If we talk now about energy, thanks to the Stella Medium platform, this C5 Aircross is multi-energy and offers different level of energy, of electrification, starting with hybrid, 48 volt, more than 50% of zero emission in urban area, and the combined range is 950 kilometers. Then the plug-in hybrid, 195 horsepower. It's 85 kilometer range. The current C5 Aircross is 64. Bigger fuel tank, plus 30% versus the current C5 Aircross, and a combined range of 850 kilometers. And last but not least, the full electrified versions. We have two. The comfort range with 520 kilometers, 210 horsepower, and the long range, 680 kilometers, 230 horsepower. Both offers fast charging of 160 kilowatts and the V2L vehicle to load that will be available end of this year.
Great. Many thanks, Caroline. Last question. Same question as for Etienne. What did we do on the sustainability side for the product itself?
Well, Thierry, no chrome on the exterior, right size of the battery pack, 47 kilogram of green plastic, 160 kilogram of recycled metal. On the tires, 20% with recycled materials. On the seam trims, you have recycled materials, no leather, and on the door storage, you have a bio-sourced material with a Bourgogne vineyard.
Many, many thanks, Caroline.
Thank
many
you,
thanks. So, just one last precision. You can see on the left side the green car. You recognize the color that we showed in the Paris Motor Show. Actually, this car will be available in this color. We were not so imaginative. We called this color Incredible Green. That will be available as a limited edition. So there will be just a few, but we think it's great to have this car that was so appreciated in the Paris Motor Show. This is the end of the presentation. Before calling my teammates again, I would like to conclude to tell you that, as I said at the beginning, we are pioneering the electrification. Back 100 years ago, Citroën electrified the Eiffel Tower. Today, we are electrifying mobility. We have 14 electric vehicles in our lineup, and today we presented 6 of them, 6 new Ami Buggy, the EC3 with urban range, the C3 Aircross with extended range, the all-new C5 Aircross, and the EC3 van. So we are accelerating. We firmly believe that the future is electric and that Citroën can lead the popular electrification. I would like to call all my teammates to come on stage because just to recognize what they did. So please come. Maybe some applause. Thank you. That would be great. And I would like to thank all of them. This is very much a team spirit. I would also like to call Stéphane on stage. Please, Stéphane. Stéphane has been absolutely paramount in the organization of the Citroën Electric Show as head of communication of Citroën, and I would like to particularly thank him. Many thanks, Stéphane, and many thanks, everyone. Thank you.